Braves Country, I'm Matt McGee. Join us for pitch by pitch, play by play, classic ball of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines, react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic ball of Braves Country baseball.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with.
We'll see you at the rink.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycled with food, this will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you are ready for Ravens versus Steelers. We will get the scoreboard set up as soon as the game gets ready to kick off. They are about to kick off. The Ravens are in their home purples with the white pants. The Steelers are in their road whites with the yellow pants. Baltimore will kick off as they have elected to take the second half ball, and it is a driving rainstorm. And here is the kick. Long, high, and deep, and that's going to go in and out of the end zone. And we've got it 1st and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers on the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh looking to get a win today, and that win would force a situation tomorrow where they're going to need some help. More on that in a little bit. We're going to try to get this game set up and get the scoreboard rolling in the right direction. Mason Rudolph under center, man in motion. Here's the handoff up the middle, and looks like he might have lost the ball. It may have been, couldn't quite tell as he spun around. It may have been set up for a flea flicker. That was Najee Harris, number 22, took the handoff inside. No, he just dropped the ball. And so he was able to grab it as a juggling. Now, once again, the wind and the rain are going to be a factor in today's game. I thought he was turning around to pitch it. He was actually just turning around because he lost the grip. 2nd and 8. Ball on the 27-yard line, gain of 2. Here's shotgun formation. Swing pass wide to the right side. Harris dives ahead. Did he get the first down? It is very close. Looks like they're going to mark him shy of the line to gain. And it is 3rd and very, very short. Welcome in, friends. Hope y'all are having a great day here in a Saturday where if you're in the land of Baltimore, anywhere near that area, you're getting some really bad weather. They're expecting the rain to continue throughout the day. It's a cold temperatures. Driving rain has not turned into sleet or snow yet, but it could be in the forecast. 3rd and 1, shotgun snap, pass is thrown over the middle, caught, and it is a Pittsburgh Steeler first down. Ball caught at the 40-yard line. Deontay Johnson with the grab. Little bit of a button hook, called about a 10-yard gain on that one. And he just kind of turned around, and Rudolph was able to throw it over the defender's outreached hands. And Pittsburgh will move the ball, and points should be at a premium today. You see the over-under today was 34.5. It actually dropped to 34 just before kickoff. Rudolph under center. Here's the pitch. Another juggling grab by the tailback, was able to hold on to the ball, squirted it out of his hands, was able to hold on to the ball. Jalen Warner on the carry this time. It was a pitch. It was kind of a high pitch, about helmet high. Good job by Warren to be able to hold on to the ball. 2nd and very long. 2nd and 10. Normally, 2nd and 10 is not considered long in today's NFL, but with the rain conditions, it is going to be a chore. 2nd and 10, shotgun snap. Rudolph pitches it to the right side. Ball is caught. A little bit of a bubble screen. Diving, twisting, and getting about a 3 or 4 yard gain was Johnson. Once again, Deontay Johnson with the second catch of the afternoon. And it'll be 3rd and manageable here for the Steelers, close to midfield. Ball at the 47-yard line, 3rd and 4, shotgun snap. Rudolph has the ball. Drops back to pass, looking, fires it over, almost intercepted. Ball flutters to the ground as it was deflected just before it arrived to the receiver. And a good defensive play by the Ravens. Almost picked off. In and out of the hands. Once again, the wind is going to be a factor. 4th and 4, the Steelers will punt. High kick, end over end, fair catch is caught at about the 19-yard line, and that's where the Pittsburgh Steelers will set up shop. And don't be surprised if catching these punts, catching these kickoffs also turns into quite a mess as well. The wind is swirling here at Baltimore. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the Ravens have the ball at their 19. Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines, react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neal, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Hockey season, and that means new merch over at ourdragonsmerch.com. Get the latest designs and some of our fun new souvenirs ahead of what's sure to be a great hockey season. Celebrate another season of River Dragons hockey by getting a new look to wear on game days, or surprise the big-time sports fan in your life with a new keepsake that will make them a River Dragons fan for life. Order online right now at ourdragonsmerch.com. That's the letter R, dragonsmerch.com. We'll see you at the rink.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Welcome back. Driving rainstorm here in Baltimore, Maryland. Ravens will set up shop. It is at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. You missed the information that was released earlier this week. Lamar Jackson will not play, along with a lot of other starters. Malik Harrison, Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamill, Kevin Zettler, Zay Flowers, Odell Beckham Jr. As the Baltimore Ravens have secured the number 1 seed in the AFC. Shotgun formation. Huntley drops back to pass after a fake handoff. He will scramble around, get about a 2-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 8. Huntley, of course, has been a backup for the Ravens for quite some time. This is his first start of the year, but he is no stranger to filling in for Lamar Jackson. Has actually done a pretty good job of it over the years. We'll get into all the NFL playoff scenarios here in Week 18, including how the Pittsburgh Steelers can get in here in a moment. Shotgun snap. Passes off to the right-hand side. It will be caught by Kolar, the tight end for the Ravens, about 3-4 yards shy of the line to gain. It's 3rd down. Ravens nothing. Steelers nothing. Those of y'all listening to us on radio, You can find us on YouTube today at Braves Country Radio. We are also streaming we're trying Facebook today as well. Shotgun formation. Huntley drops back to pass, fires it down to the right-hand side. Pretty good pass, but in and out of the arms of the intended receiver, Hill. The defender may have got a hand on it as he was juggling it. I don't believe he did get a hand on it. He did get his hand in his way. Maybe it obstructed his view. But also, once again, the rain is coming down hard. If you're thinking about jumping on a betting line of either side, I would strongly consider the under, depending on where it is right now. Here's the punt, end over end punt, rumbling and bouncing. It's going to be returned after about a 5 or 6 hops and all the way up to about the 25-yard line of Pittsburgh. Good punt by Stout, but the Steelers were able to keep that out of harm's way. If he lets that ball go any farther, it's going to be inside their own 10-yard line. All right, we're going to be back in a flash. When we come back, the Steelers will try to move the ball.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season. Along with pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball, we will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. The phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today, pregame, Braves Country tonight, postgame. We'll see you in 2020. Welcome back. Please hit that like and subscribe button today. We'll be bringing you more NFL action throughout the playoffs, and then, of course, baseball season is just around the corner. Steelers at their 25-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. Their second possession of the game, 10:08 on the clock. Make it the 24-yard line. Rudolph is in the shotgun formation. Handoff up the middle to Najee Harris. Najee is bouncing and bumping his way all the way up to the 30-yard line. Gain of almost 6 yards. It'll be second down. If you're curious on that, Najee Harris is over-under on his rushing and receiving yards today was 70.5 yards. I did like the over on that because they have a couple of injuries, and with the weather, you figure he's going to get an opportunity to shine today. 2nd and 5, handoff up the middle. Najee banging and pushing his way up. He'll be about a yard short, and it's 3rd down. That rain is continuing to come down in a big way. Everybody on the field is soaked. Everyone on the sideline is soaked. You can see the rain dripping off the hats of the head coaches. Tomlin and Harbaugh, all the fans who have turned out for this game, a lot of Pittsburgh fans, but the Baltimore fans, they deserve some kind of a medal for this. 3rd and 1, the handoff is up the middle, and Najee looks to have pushed his way just past the 1st-yard marker, barely getting the nose across it, and it's a Pittsburgh Steelers 1st down. Little pushing and shoving after the play, extracurricular activity by a couple of the linemen about 4 or 5 yards deep into the play. Keep an eye on that because you got to figure eventually these referees are going to try to keep these guys under control. Pistol formation, Rudolph and Warren in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Rudolph flips it over to the left side. It's a little bit of a swing pass. Warren's going down the sidelines, and he's going to rumble, stumble, and bumble all the way to the Baltimore 41. Technically, it was a handoff. It was a rush as the throw was about a yard or so behind the line of scrimmage or behind the quarterback. It was a backwards pass. Kind of a dangerous play in these elements. If he doesn't catch that ball with all this rain coming down, we've already seen a couple of issues already. That would have been a live ball. Rudolph under center. Here's a snap, handoff, end around, hand it off, and they're going to get all the way up to about 2 yards shy of the 1st down. Austin with the handoff. Pickens used as a decoy on that play. And it's 2nd and 2. You do wonder how many times you're going to see deep passes in this game from either side. This driving rain, if it continues the way it is, it's going to be a muck situation by the end of the game. 2nd and 2. Play action. Rolling out, Rudolph flips the ball over. It's going to be caught, and diving for a Steeler 1st down is Hayward. Barely getting the nose of the ball, about a yard past the line to gain. Hayward coming in as the H-back. Rudolph, not an extremely accurate pass, but soft enough pass where Hayward was able to adjust and catch it behind him. Rudolph under center, 1st and 10 from the Baltimore 33. Here's the handoff. Warren chops and pushes his way up the middle. About a 3 or 4 yard gain. Baltimore defensive front pushes him back well behind the line of scrimmage, but forward progress will take him to about a 2nd. We'll call it 6. Rain and wind. They were expecting wind gusts anywhere between 15 to 27 miles an hour today. Second and 5. Rudolph in the shotgun formation. Harris in the backfield. Here's the snap. Turns back, flips it over the middle. Ball is caught. Johnson, he will dance just past. Look like he got the 1st down marker. It's going to be close. We'll see where they give him the spot. And they do give Johnson a Pittsburgh Steeler 1st down. Steelers on the move at the Baltimore 23-yard line. 1st and 10, pistol formation, handoff up the middle. Looks like to be Najee Harris. Twisting, fighting. He gets about 9 yards, and it's a Pittsburgh Steelers 2nd and 1. If you're Pittsburgh, you love these manageable short 2nd downs, 3rd downs, because if you get behind the sticks in this game, it's going to be an absolute bear with the weather conditions. It's not just getting that ball out accurate with the way the wind is whipping around, but with the rain, it's going to make that ball very slippery. So 2nd and 1, Pittsburgh Steelers going right to left on your radio dial. Handoff over to Harris is churning, burning his way down for a Pittsburgh Steelers first down, close to the 8-yard line, and it's 1st and goal, Pittsburgh Steelers. Nothing, your score. 3:40 left here in the first quarter. Rudolph now under center from the 8-yard line. 1st and goal. Harris in the backfield. Solo set. Here's the handoff, kind of a slow developing play. Harris gets the ball and fights his way to about the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal. We'll hit the scoreboard here in a second. When we get a second as well, we're going to get you up to date on all the NFL playoff scenarios. Shotgun formation, 1 back set, 2 down, 1 high. Here's the handoff. Harris is grinding, flying his way into the end zone, and it's a Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. Pay dirt. Najee Harris with the 6-yard run. Najee Harris off to a great start, as are the Pittsburgh Steelers, who need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. 2:36 left on the clock. Set up for the extra point, and I think these will be tricky as well today. Here's the snap. The kick is up. The kick is just good. Slides in on the right side of the upright, and it is 7-0 the Pittsburgh Steelers. When we come back, we will explain the entire playoff scenario, starting off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Keep it locked in here on Braves Country Radio.
Here's good news. There's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season. Along with pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball, we will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. Phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today pregame, Braves Country tonight postgame. We'll see you in 2024. Welcome back. All right, hope you got a pen and paper written down if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. This is what you need to punch your ticket into the NFL playoffs. Pittsburgh Steelers need a win or a Buffalo Bills loss. The Bills are at the Dolphins tomorrow night, and they are playing for the division crown, the number 2 seed. So not out of the realm of possibility at all. They need a win or a Jacksonville Jaguars loss or tie Jaguars are at Tennessee tomorrow, and Will Levis will not play. If they tie, the Pittsburgh Steelers tie, the Jaguars lose, and the Colts and Texans don't end up in a tie. Long story short, they would win the tiebreaker. And then there's another long chance scenario in which the Pittsburgh Steelers, as the kickoff, goes high, end over end, in and out of the end zone, as the Steelers have the wind to their back here in the first quarter, 2:36 and on the clock, and Baltimore will take over on their own 25. If the Jaguars lose, the Broncos lose, and the Texans and Colts final does not end up in a tie, which means in that game is tonight. So long as the Texans or Colts, one of them wins the game, that would punch the ticket for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Huntley back to work at the 25-yard line under center. Here's the handoff off the right-hand side, grinding and finding his way for about a 3-yard gain for the Baltimore Ravens. It'll be second. We'll call it 7. Second and 7. Shotgun formation. Huntley drops back to pass, fires it over the middle. The ball is dropped in and out of the arms of the Ravens tight end. Once again, a slippery conditions. Looked to be Charlie Kolar with the drop on that one. Huntley might have to take a little bit of mustard off these passes. He fired that one in there accurately, but kind of a close range, hard pass. It was in and out of the arms of Kolar. So 3rd and 7, shotgun formation, 2 high, 1 low, man in motion. Huntley drops back to pass, looking to his left, looking to his right. A bunch of time. Now he's running for his life, throws off his back foot. It's going to be harmlessly into the ground. Dangerous pass. The receiver makes the catch. He might have gained a yard or two, but 2 defenders were closing on the ball. That could have been a dangerous pick 6 situation. The Ravens will be set up to punt once again. Ball at their own 28. Here's the kick. High, end over end. Drifting back, making the catch. He did not fair catch it. Here comes the return. Up there on the right-hand side, all the way up to the Pittsburgh Steelers 38-yard line. Good return by Austin. That's where the Steelers will set up shop. The Baltimore Ravens have clinched not only a playoff spot and a bye, along with the division title, they have the number 1 seed. So this game essentially means nothing to Baltimore, but I saw someone bring up a pretty good point earlier in the day that they said this is a team that doesn't like to lose preseason games, so I seriously doubt that they're just going to mail it in. So Baltimore, they are set. We just went over the Steelers and what they have to do. The best way to get in is to get a win. And then you're looking for either the Bills or the Jaguars to lose. That's the easiest, safest bet. If not, you're looking for the Jags, Broncos. Jags to lose, Broncos to win, and the Colts do not end in a tie. Other things that are going on in the playoff scenarios. As we go into the AFC, the Ravens have clinched the number 1 seed, as we mentioned. The Chiefs have clinched their division title. The Browns are in the playoffs, and they're going to be a 5 seed. It doesn't matter whether or not the Cleveland Browns win or lose tomorrow. They will be in the 5 seed, and they will be going to the AFC South champion. Now, that game is tonight. The winner of that game will be looking for help tomorrow from the Tennessee Titans, because if the if the Texans or Colts, whoever wins that game, the winner of that game gets a playoff spot regardless. So they're in the playoffs, but they'll be looking hard at the results of tomorrow's game in Nashville, Tennessee, between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars, because the Jaguars were to lose, the winner of tonight's game is the division champion, which means regardless they're playing next week, but they would get to host the game. I don't know how great of a prize it is, because you're going to have to host the Cleveland Browns and a red-hot Joe Flacco and company, but you do get to host a game as opposed to having to go on the road to possibly Kansas City. The Bills clinch a playoff berth with a tie, a Steelers loss, a Jaguars loss or tie, or the Texans and Colts ending in a tie. Back to the action. Shotgun formation. 1st and 10. Handoff is up the middle to Najee Harris, and he is rumbling and stumbling for about a 7-yard gain. It is 2nd and 7. Or 2nd and 3, excuse me. 1:16 left here in the first quarter. Driving rain and wind gusts are ruling the day today. Pittsburgh leads at 7-0, going right to left on your radio dial. Rudolph under center. Here's the fake pitch off to the right-hand side. He'll roll out, flip it under, over. And the ball's going to be caught. It's about a 2, maybe 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and very manageable. Hayward makes the catch. Second time they've used that play. The H-back goes in motion after the snap, cuts across the line. Last time it was good enough for a first down. This time, Baltimore's defense sniffed it out. So 3rd and 3, shotgun formation, Steelers approaching midfield. Ball is placed at the 47-yard line. 3 low, 1 high, 1 back set. Here's the snap. Rudolph drifts back to pass, throws it deep down the sidelines, and that ball is going to be incomplete as it falls to the turf about 1 yard or 2 past Deontay Johnson, who they have really been trying to get the ball to. Johnson had a beat on it, but I do wonder if these receivers are having a hard time making their cuts. Punt formation. Here's the snap. High, end over end. Baltimore's going to let it go. It's going to roll all the way down to about the 6.5, 7-yard line of the Baltimore Ravens. And that's where they will take over when we come back. End of the first quarter. Steelers 7, Ravens nothing. AFC North battle will be back in a flash. Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season, along with pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. Phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today pregame, Braves Country tonight postgame. We'll see you in 2020.
Hockey season, and that means new merch over at ourdragonsmerch.com. Get the latest designs and some of our fun new souvenirs ahead of what's sure to be a great hockey season. Celebrate another season of River Dragons hockey by getting a new look to wear on game days, or surprise the big-time sports fan in your life with a new keepsake that will make them a River Dragons fan for life. Order online right now at ourdragonsmerch.com. That's the letter R, dragonsmerch.com. We'll see you at the rink.
Here's good news. There's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Welcome back. Seven nothing is your score. The Pittsburgh Steelers lead the Baltimore Ravens in a must-win situation for the Steelers. We went over the way they could get in if they were to lose this game, but wishing and hoping for ties is usually fool's gold. Other playoff scenarios. I believe we went over the Bills, just in case we didn't. If the Bills tie, Steelers lose or tie, Jaguars lose or tie, or the Texans-Colts game tonight ends up in a tie, they are in the playoffs. The Texans would win the AFC South with a win tonight and a Jaguars loss or tie. They are in the playoffs with the win. They are also in the playoffs with the tie, a Jaguars loss, Steelers loss or tie. The Colts are in the same boat. We're a win and a Jaguars loss or tie, and they win the AFC South. They clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Steelers loss or tie. And the Jaguars, they clinch a playoff berth with a Steelers loss or tie. They clinch a playoff berth with a Steelers loss, Broncos loss or tie, and the Colts-Texans game doesn't end up in a tie. All three of those things have to happen. They clinch the AFC South division with a win or a Colts-Texans tie. So essentially, the Colts-Texans game doesn't mean a whole lot. There was a flag on the play, so they're going to push it back once again, and the Steelers are going to go back to punt. And it should be noted that the wind will now, it's not quite as bad. It's more cutting across, but the slight wind will be in the face of the Steelers on this punt now. Ball is placed at the 39-yard line, 4th and 8. Here's the snap, the kick, close to being blocked, high end over end, and not a very good kick at all, as the wind must have caught it, and it'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So Baltimore gains about 20 yards, 25 yards of field position, and they'll take over right there. The Miami Dolphins clinch the AFC East division title with a win or a tie. They have already clinched a playoff berth. As far as the NFC, we'll get to that here in 1 second. Shotgun formation. Huntley directing traffic as man in motion. Here's the handoff up the middle off the right-hand side and diving and twisting his way. I believe that's Gus Edwards on the right-hand side. About a 6-7 yard gain. Have to double check that. There's, with all the elements and everything, it's kind of a difficult read of the jerseys at times. That was not Edwards. That was Melvin Gordon. Shotgun formation. 2 high, 1 low. 2nd and 4 from the 41. Here's the handoff up the middle, and Gordon is going to dive forward. Looks like he's got the first down. The nose of the ball going across the first down marker. And the Ravens move the sticks. 13:50 left here in the second quarter. You kind of expect this game to move along pretty quickly because of the wind and the rain. There's going to be a lot of running and less passing you would expect. Shotgun formation, handoff to the right-hand side. Gordon, there's a fumble, and the Steelers are on the ball. They got it. It's a Pittsburgh Steeler first down. Pittsburgh Steelers jump on the ball. Ball popped loose. Gordon could not hold on to it. It's the third time we've seen the ball carriers struggle to hold on to the ball. Have to take a second look at that play. Melvin Gordon III finally get a chance to get some reps. It just popped out of his arm. Defender tackled him, banged his arm right onto the ball, and it squirted out. About 3 Steeler defenders dived on the ball, and they've got the ball. We're going to take a quick break with everyone else. When we come back, Steelers, great field position, up 7-0. Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's The Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season. Along with pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball, we will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. Phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today pregame, Braves Country tonight postgame. We'll see you in 2024. Welcome back. Pittsburgh Steelers lead this game 7-0, and they will have the ball just past midfield after the fumble by Melvin Gordon III. The ball is at the Baltimore 45, shotgun formation. Pitches off to the left-hand side. Najee Harris going down the left sideline. Looks like he steps out of bounds, but not until after he grabs a Pittsburgh Steeler first down. We're going to call it a gain of about 11 yards. Najee Harris having himself a game already. He is at 44 yards, 9 carries, along with 13 through the air. Shotgun formation. Whoa, lot of laundry hitting the field. About 5 flags come flying out. I have to see if it's all the same foul. False start. I guess everyone decided to throw their flag on that one. False start. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ball will be at the Baltimore 40-yard line. Rain and wind still a factor here at the game. Very dark and overcast skies along with the driving rain. 1st and 15, shotgun formation. Here's the handoff up the middle to, that's Harris. He's got about a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Second and 12 for the Steelers, leading 7-0, needing this win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Other things going on in the playoff scenarios, we'll get to that here in 1 second. Shotgun formation, Rudolph directing traffic as man in motion. Here's the pitch over to the left-hand side, almost getting sacked. The catch is made by Warren. There's a screen pass to the left side, but on the right side, there's an unblocked blitz coming in. Rudolph just got rid of the ball in time. Quick thinking, good pass by Rudolph because he would have been dead meat at about the 50. Instead, it's 3rd and 8. The Baltimore 33. 11:17 on the clock. Shotgun formation. Rudolph looks back to the left, dumps it off to the right. Another catch by Warren. He is going to be down. And did he fumble the ball? I believe we've got another fumble. Baltimore believes they have it, and they do. Was he down? That'll be the question. I don't believe he was down. The only thing that would have stopped it would have been forward progress. But unless they blew the whistle, and it doesn't appear that they did, Baltimore will take over possession close to their own 35-yard line. Ball was punched out. That has been the name of the game here. And Warren tried to scoop the ball back up, and when he was getting pushed backwards by the original defender, the ball squirted out. If he would have left the ball where it was, there were 2 Steeler players ready to scoop it up. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the Ravens will have the ball after a fumble. 7-0 Pittsburgh here in the second quarter. Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic ball of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines, react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic ball of Braves Country baseball.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Hockey season, and that means new merch over at ourdragonsmerch.com. Get the latest designs and some of our fun new souvenirs ahead of what's sure to be a great hockey season. Celebrate another season of River Dragons hockey by getting a new look to wear on game days, or surprise the big-time sports fan in your life with a new keepsake that will make them a River Dragons fan for life. Order online right now at ourdragonsmerch.com. That's the letter R, dragonsmerch.com. We'll see you at the rink.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Welcome back. Ejected Jalen Warren on the sidelines as his teammates try to get him to forget that fumble quickly. Pittsburgh leads at 7-0. Baltimore with the ball on their own 33. Shotgun formation. Huntley fakes the handoff, drops back to pass. Looking down the left side, scrambling. Fires the ball over to the left-hand side. Is it caught? Looks like it skipped and hit the ground right there at the sideline. It's 2nd and 10. Second and 10, 10:54 left on the clock here in the second quarter. Ravens going right to left across your radio dial. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Hundley drops back to pass. He is in pursuit, and he will dive forward up the middle for about a 6 or 7 yard gain, and it'll be third and very manageable. We'll call it 3. NFC playoff scenarios. So the 49ers have clinched the number 1 seed along with their Western Division title. First round bye, home field advantage. Lions, Cowboys, Eagles, and Rams have all clinched a playoff berth. 3rd and 3. Here's the snap. Fires the ball over to the right-hand side. The ball is caught just past the sticks. Isaiah Likely will have a Baltimore Ravens first down. The Falcons will get into the playoffs. The Atlanta Falcons have to win tomorrow at New Orleans and then hope that the Carolina Panthers can upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Carolina. What do the Dallas Cowboys need? As here's the snap and blindside blitz sacked by number 93 Robinson all over Isaiah Likely. He did not see that coming. He was shot out of a cannon coming on the left-hand side. Huntley was in the middle of a play-action fake. By the time he came out of it, the defender was sitting right on top of him. So it'll be 2nd and 18, 9 minutes left here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation, drops back to pass. Screen pass over to the left-hand side. Hill makes the catch, and he'll fall forward for about a 4-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down. So the Dallas Cowboys, to win the NFC East Division title, need a win tomorrow in Washington, or a tie or an Eagles tie. They would also get in with an Eagles loss. But Dallas is looking to win that game so they can have the bye. Shotgun formation. Huntley takes a snap. He's getting flushed out to his right-hand side, and he is in pursuit, gets past the line of scrimmage, has to sit down and just avoid what would have been one hell of a collision from the free safety coming in, ready to take his head off. Just missed him. It'll be 3rd and 14. It'll be 4th and 7 from the Baltimore 47. Here's the snap. High end over end punt coming in and faking everybody out with a fair catch, but the ball ends up at the 4-yard line and it just dies there. It was a good fake by Austin. Normally that ball rolls into the end zone, but because of the wet field, it was more like a golf divot and the ball just died. 7:36 left on the clock. There is a flag on the field. The umpires are having a discussion on what that flag could be. Looks like it's an illegal man downfield. Which is a brutal penalty. So it really hurts. That would have been terrible field position for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Instead, Baltimore will have to punt again. So 4th and 12. They'll push them back about 5 yards. The wind is at the punter Stout's back. Ball placed at the 41-yard line. Jordan Stout awaits the snap. Here it is. High end over end punt. Deep. And once again, he will let it bounce. And the ball ricochets off the defender into the end zone. And there is another flag around Stout. And he is celebrating. I think he thinks it's going to be a roughing the kicker. We'll have to see what the call is. Big difference between running into and roughing the kicker. See what the call is. The umpires are going at. No, it's a hold against Baltimore. I don't know why he was the punter was celebrating. I think he thought. So now they're going to talk to Tomlin, and basically what he's trying to decide is, does he want to take that 10-yard penalty and have them punt again? Or does he want to take the ball at his own 20? Looks like they're going to take the ball. I don't know. In these weather conditions, I believe I would have made him punt again. The more times you make someone punt the ball in these kind of conditions, the more of a chance of an whoopsie daisy. We're going to be back in a flash. They're heading to break. When we come back, we'll discuss the NFC playoff picture. The Steelers have the ball.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge, so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season. Along with pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball, we will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. Phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today pregame, Braves Country tonight postgame. We'll see you in 2024. Welcome back. Pittsburgh with the ball. After declining the penalty, they'll have the ball Now the ball is at their own 10-yard line. So the holding call must have been against Pittsburgh and not against Baltimore, even though they went over to Tomlin to ask his opinion. Here's the handoff off the left-hand side. Najee Harris with the run for about a yard. Not much more than that. It'll be second down long. Second and 9. 6:55 on the clock. Pittsburgh leads Baltimore 7-0. Shotgun formation. Rudolph with 2 high, 2 low. 1 back set. Here's the snap. Drops back to pass. Flips it over the middle. Najee Harris makes the catch, trying to avoid defenders, runs wide, but he'll get tackled by Rockyason. It'll be third, and we'll call it about 3 or 4. Had he just turned up field, Harris probably is within about a yard of the first down. But instead, he tried to outrun the defenders and lost a couple of yards. So it will be 3rd and 3. Shotgun formation for Rudolph. Pickett, who they've yet to target, is down low. Here's the handoff up the middle, and falling forward, Warren is going to be stopped about a half yard short of the first down. It's 4th down and very short. Points coming at a premium. I can't imagine they would consider going for it here, especially with the lead. So Pittsburgh will send out the punt team. If you're ever going to pull a fake, this would be the time to do it, but if it doesn't go well, it could be a disaster. Here's the snap, the punt high, end over end, a low line drive that keeps spinning and rolling down to the Baltimore 29-yard line. So not the greatest looking punt, but an outstanding result. In Baltimore, it is their turn to face the conditions, trailing by 7 when we come back.
Here's good news. There's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season, along with pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. The phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today pregame, Braves Country tonight postgame. We'll see you in 2024. Welcome back. We'll be waiting to see what the NFL playoff schedule will be next weekend. We will be bringing you a ball game. Just haven't found out. We haven't found out what the broadcast will be. Most likely it will be a Saturday game, but we're waiting to see what the layout will be. Dallas Cowboys clinch the NFC East with a win or Eagles loss or Eagles tie. 1st and 10, Baltimore at the 29-yard line. Here's the handoff up the middle. About a 2-yard gain. That is Gus Edwards. He is in the game. It'll be 2nd and about 8. The Philadelphia Eagles would win the NFC East with a win and a Cowboys tie. Or a Cowboys loss or tie, excuse me. Now, as a 2nd and 9, shotgun pass, fired over to the right-hand side. Ball is caught, and then it comes out of the arms of Hill. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 9. The Detroit Lions would receive a first-round bye if they were to win on Sunday and both the Eagles and Cowboys lost. They do not have the tiebreaker on either team, so they would need them both to lose to get that in their favor. The Green Bay Packers is 3rd and 9, shotgun formation. Huntley drops back to pass, fires it over to the right-hand side. The ball is caught. Is that looked to be Isaiah Likely? I have to double check and wait for the good catch, good pass, especially considering the conditions. Actually, that was Treadwell that made the catch. He was double covered, but just in front of the defenders. A nice pass by Huntley. Gets a Baltimore first down. Pistol formation. Here's the handoff up the right-hand side. Running and knifing his way through the Pittsburgh Steelers defense all the way down to the Pittsburgh 21-yard line. Gus Edwards. Have yourself a run. I didn't think we would see much of Gus Edwards today, but man, oh man, did he take off. The Steelers were coming in on a run blitz, but they were on the wrong side of the line, and he broke through and was gone. So 1st and 10, Baltimore. The ball is at the 25-yard line. Here's the snap. Handoff to Edwards. He is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. TJ Watt comes in and drops him. He was coming around the right side and beat his man. And it's a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12. Baltimore trying to get on the board. 7-0 Pittsburgh. 2.5 minutes left here in the first half. Shotgun formation. Huntley drops back to pass, fires it over the middle, and the ball is caught. And touchdown Ravens. Isaiah Likely with the catch. So many things going on that play. The pass almost was intercepted. When the defender went for the ball, did not get it. Likely held on, kept his legs moving. Broke another tackle and stretched his way into the end zone. It is 7-6. Baltimore. Setting up for the extra point. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. A little tough to pick it up with the rain and the wind all over the cameras, but it is a tie ball game here in Baltimore. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Pittsburgh will get the ball just before the half. We'll see if they try to just run the clock out or try to get into field goal range. We'll be back in a flash. Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season. along with pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. Phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today pregame, Braves Country tonight postgame. We'll see you in 2024.
Hockey season, and that means new merch over at ourdragonsmerch.com. Get the latest designs and some of our fun new souvenirs ahead of what's sure to be a great hockey season. Celebrate another season of River Dragons hockey by getting a new look to wear on game days, or surprise the big-time sports fan in your life with a new keepsake that will make them a River Dragons fan for life. Order online right now at ourdragonsmerch.com. That's the letter R, dragonsmerch.com. We'll see you at the rink.
Welcome back. 7-7 your score. Here's the kickoff off to the right-hand side. It is dying and dropping down at the 5-yard line. There's a flag coming in. I believe it's because they're going to get him on a technicality. The runner was out of bounds, touches the ball. Are they going to consider that out of bounds? I've never seen that before. Igwebuike put his toes on the out of bounds and was able to touch the ball. The ball just stopped. And because he was able to touch the ball with his hand, it's going to be considered the ball being out of bounds. I've never seen that before. That was a pretty nifty play by Igwebuike. Pretty smart on his behalf, and that's going to give the Steelers much better field position. And they may, now that they're at their own 40-yard line and not the 25, they may decide to try to get into field goal range. Of course, it's going to be tough with these conditions. Wind coming down, rain coming down. If you're just joining us, Steelers going left to right across your radio dial. Here comes the handoff up the middle for about a 5-yard gain. I believe that was Warren. It was once again. It's 2nd and 5. It's going to take us. Pittsburgh doesn't look to be in a big hurry. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 7-7. Your score in Baltimore. Steelers with the ball, 2nd and 5 at the 45. Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show. Every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern, you'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's The Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season, along with pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. Phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today pregame, Braves Country tonight postgame. We'll see you in 2024. Welcome back. Pittsburgh 7, Baltimore 7. Two minutes left here in the first half. 2nd and 5 at the 45. You're just joining us. Very bad conditions on the field. So it will be interesting to see if Pittsburgh tries to get farther down the field, if they're just going to try to eat the clock. Here's the snap. Handoff off to the left-hand side. Warren will get dropped. Be a loss of about 2, and it'll be 3rd and long. Highly doubtful Baltimore would want to start using timeouts, because on a punt, they're going to get the ball deep into their territory. Queen was the tackler on the play. 3rd and 6. So they gave him the benefit of the doubt. It was just a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 6. Shotgun formation, empty backfield. Rudolph drops back to pass, fires it over the right-hand side. Ball is caught. It's a Pittsburgh Steeler first down. I believe that was Freiermuth on the catch. Nice little pitch and catch just past the sticks on the left-hand side. And Pittsburgh, very close to what they would consider field goal range. But remember, with these conditions, they're going to have to get a lot closer than they normally would. Pittsburgh with all 3 of their timeouts. That was Freiermuth. Baltimore with all 3 of their timeouts. 7-7 your score. Shotgun formation. Rudolph drops back to pass, flips it over to the left-hand side. Warren makes the catch. Gain of about 2 or 3. It'll be 2nd down. Steelers in the hurry up. Shotgun formation from the 40-yard line. Rudolph drops back to pass, looks over. He's going to get hit, but not before he drops the ball off to Warren, and Warren pushes his way down to the 32-yard line, and it's a Pittsburgh Steeler first down. Good job by Rudolph fighting off the would-be sacker. Vanoy got his hand around Rudolph's arm as he was throwing it on his shoulder, but could not knock him down. So it'll be 1st and 10. Pittsburgh, they use their first timeout. Back to those playoff scenarios that we were referring to. The Green Bay Packers, they win and they're in. If they lose, let me rephrase that. The other way for them to get in is a tie in the Seahawks loser tie or the Saints loser tie. Shotgun formation, 1st and 10. Rudolph is hit. The ball is out. Offensive lineman for the Steelers falls on the ball, but they lose about 10 yards. It's going to be 2nd and very long. Rudolph thinks his arm was going forward. Looking at the replay, I don't believe it was. We'll have to see. It came out as his arm was coming up, and I don't believe it was going forward. Fortunately for the Steelers, the ball bounced back into the arms of the Steelers offensive lineman. There were 2 Baltimore Ravens defenders right there. I believe that was Daniels that fell on the ball. It's kind of hard to see. So 2nd down and long. Steelers 7, Ravens 7. 31 seconds left in the half. Second 19 is what they're calling it now. Second 19, 31 seconds left. Shotgun formation. Snap to Rudolph. Rudolph drops back, fires it over the middle of Freiermuth. Freiermuth catches the ball at about the 35-yard line. It'll be third down and long, but a little closer for possible field goal range. Pittsburgh still has a timeout. They're not going to use it. 3rd and 12 from the 35. Shotgun formation, and Rudolph is hit again, and the ball is out again, and this time Baltimore does fall on it. With 5 seconds left in the half, Baltimore falls on the ball at about the 31-yard line. Rudolph getting a lot of pressure from his blind side. And he got the ball swatted as he was pulling it up to throw. Believe on that play coming around the end, it was Van Noy once again, and it was. So there'll be 5 seconds left, 1st and 10. And Baltimore appears to be in victory formation as they'll take a knee and head to the half. And that's exactly what they will do. And Baltimore will head to the break, tied with the Steelers 7-7. A sloppy game in the wind and the rain and the slop. Pittsburgh, 30 minutes. Figure out a way to outscore the Ravens and keep their playoff dreams alive. We're going to take a break here at the half. When we come back, the second half of Baltimore versus Pittsburgh in what should be one heck of an ending. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. We are ready for the second half. Here is the kickoff from Pittsburgh to Baltimore, deep into the end zone. That's where we will begin. The second half, 7-7 your score, in case you're just joining us or rejoining us from the first half. I see a lot of people took off and then came back. 7-7 your score, 15 minutes left. We're just beginning the third quarter. Once again, Pittsburgh needs a win. Essentially, the easiest way for them to get in is a win and a Jacksonville Jaguar loss. The wind and rain still appear to be quite the issue. Huntley under center. Ravens going right to left on your radio dial. Here's the first snap of the game, and ball is handed off. There was a foul called on Baltimore, and I believe it was delay of game. I don't know what the issue was with Huntley, but they showed him running onto the field. So maybe he had some equipment issues, but regardless, it'll be second and long, 2nd and 13 after the 2-yard gain. Kind of a sloppy way to start the second half for Huntley. Once again, not sure exactly what was going on there. 2nd and 13, shotgun formation. Huntley drops back to pass. Here comes the rush. They will swallow him up, and it's a Pittsburgh Steeler sack. It is TJ Watt, once again on the play. Came in, I believe, okay, so it was a helmet issue. It was an equipment issue. They showed one of the guys from the side. It was an equipment manager running onto the field and handing Huntley his helmet. So third and 16, shotgun formation from the 19-yard line. Here's the snap. Huntley drops back to pass, has all day, drifting to his right, firing the ball over to the right side. The ball is tipped high in the air and falls to the ground just over the head of the Steeler defender. It'll be 4th down. Pretty good pass by Huntley, but once again with these conditions, the ball, slippery ball. The ball hit the receiver right in the hands. So we'll set up for the punt. 4th and 16. The ball is kicked high and deep off the fingertips of Austin. Has to run back and get it. He grabs it, runs up the left sideline, hammered out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 Pittsburgh. Pretty good punt by Stroud. We thought there might be some issues with the punt team all day long, the kick team all day long, dealing with the slippery ball. Luckily for Austin, because the wind was at Baltimore's back, that he outkicked his coverage, so he had plenty of time to scoop it up. They are heading to break. We will head to break. When we come back, the Pittsburgh Steelers have the ball in a tie ball game. Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines, react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Hockey season, and that means new merch over at ourdragonsmerch.com. Get the latest designs and some of our fun new souvenirs ahead of what's sure to be a great hockey season. Celebrate another season of River Dragons hockey by getting a new look to wear on game days, or surprise the big-time sports fan in your life with a new keepsake that will make them a River Dragons fan for life. Order online right now at ourdragonsmerch.com. That's the letter R, dragonsmerch.com. We'll see you at the rink.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
All right, second half underway. 7-7 your score. 13-13. Left here in the third quarter, and the Pittsburgh Steelers will set up shop. Refresh the scoreboard. I just noticed it is on some kind of a delay or something. Here's the handoff to Najee Davenport. He knifes right through the defense and rumbles for about a 14-yard gain. all the way, maybe even 15 or 16 yards, all the way down to the Baltimore 48. Rudolph under center. Here's the handoff to Davenport up the middle, or excuse me, to Harris up the middle. He'll be stopped for about a 2-yard gain. Second and 8. I believe that fixed the issue on the scoreboard. We do apologize. Second and 8 from the 48-yard line. Here's the handoff to Harris. Harris is going to be stopped and dropped for about a 1-yard loss on the right-hand side. Tried to bounce it to the outside, was met by Clancy and company. 3 tacklers on that play. Here we go. Okay, apologize. 3rd and 10. For those of y'all listening on radio, we're trying to fix the scoreboard on the YouTube screen. 3rd and 10, shotgun formation. Rudolph drops back to pass, and they're going to call a dead ball foul, usually a false start. No, it's a delay of game. So a delay of game on the Pittsburgh Steelers. $10:59 on the clock. It's going to make it 3rd and very long. The last thing that you're needing or wanting in these weather conditions. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 15. Rudolph drops the snap, has to jump on it, and it's going to be 4th down. Pittsburgh, they'll have to punt. That might be the best thing that could have happened on that drive, because that was a sloppy drive. Rudolph and company will go back to the sideline and go back to the drawing board, as they say. They'll punt the ball away. Not a bad snap, just squirted out of his hands. 4th and 21. Here's the punt. High end over end. Going all the way down. It'll be fair caught at the 20-yard line. And that's where the Pittsburgh Steelers defense and the Baltimore Ravens offense will begin when we come back. We'll be back in a flash.
Here's good news. There's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season. Along with pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball, we will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. Phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today, pregame, Braves Country tonight, postgame. We'll see you in 2024. Welcome back. 7-7 your score. Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Pittsburgh needing a win and some help tomorrow to get into the NFL playoffs. Other scenarios that we have not gone over. Minnesota Vikings would clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Packers loss, Seahawks loss, and a Buccaneers loss. Handoff is to Gus Edwards. He'll go up the middle for about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8. They can also get in with the Packers loss. Obviously, a Vikings win. The Packers loss, Seahawks loss, and a Saints loss. The Saints win the NFC South if they win or the Buccaneers lose or tie, or if they tie with Atlanta and the Buccaneers lose. Here's the handoff up the middle. Not much doing there. Maybe a half-yard gain for Baltimore will be 3rd and long. The Eagles, I think we might have went over this, but I'll go ahead and hit it one more time. Eagles clinch the NFC East with a win and a Cowboys loss or tie, or they tie and the Cowboys lose. The Seahawks get in the playoffs if they win and the Packers lose or tie. 3rd and 7, shotgun formation. 7-7 your score. 9 minutes left here in the third. Huntley drops back to pass. He'll be sacked. Jumping on him once again is TJ Watt. He has been all over the place today for the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. 2nd sack of the game. And Pittsburgh will get the ball back as Baltimore sets up to punt from their own 16-yard line. Here's the snap. Kick high. End over end punt. Caught at about the 27-yard line. It'll be returned. Dancing is Austin, swimming, spinning, and he will get tackled at about the 33. So a whole lot of dancing around, but about a 5-yard gain. Once again, a long kick because the wind is at the back of the Ravens. Should be noted, the Steelers will have that wind in their favor in the 4th quarter, which could be huge if a field goal try comes up for this game. They're going to head to break. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in a flash. Steelers, Ravens, tied in the 3rd.
Here's good news. There's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season, along with pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball, we will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. Phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today pregame, Braves Country tonight postgame. We'll see you in 2024. Welcome back. Seven to 7 your score. A nail biter and some wet nails at that, as it has been raining all game long if you're just joining us. Wind has been a factor. It is currently blowing in the face of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore with the wind at their back. That will be flip-flopped in the fourth. 8:18 left on the clock. Rudolph under center. Man in motion. Single back set. Handoff is to Harris. Harris rumbles his way for about, we're going to call that about 11 or 12-yard gain, and it's the Pittsburgh Steelers first down. Harris wants a face mask call. He is tugging on his mask, looking at the referee. He's even pointing at the monitor on the replay on the screen. There's nothing you can do about it once they've blown it dead. 1st and 10. Pittsburgh has really gotten some good chunk yards up the middle. Ball at the 45-yard line of the Steelers. Rudolph pitches off to the right side, and Harris will get run out of bounds, about a 3 or 4 yard loss. Don't know why the Steelers keep trying to bounce it to the outside every time they do. The speed of the Baltimore Ravens defense does not allow them to get to the outside. I also don't think that the runners, I'm going off of just by sight, but the running backs and the receivers don't appear to be cutting very well. So it'll be 2nd and 13. They'll call it a 3-yard loss. Looked like it could have been more. Shotgun formation. Rudolph drops back to pass. Here comes the blitz. He'll be sacked. The 34-yard line. The Baltimore Ravens came in with the blitz, and Simpson on the tackle. Trenton Simpson, 3rd-round pick this year. Came off the right side, untouched. And it's going to be 3rd and very long for the Steelers. 3rd and 20. Shotgun formation for Rudolph. Here's the snap. Looks off to the left-hand side, dumps a little bit of a dump pass over to Warren. I don't even know if he got back to the line of scrimmage. If he did, he barely did. It'll be 4th and 20. So 4th and 20. The first 2 possessions by the Steelers offense in the second half have been disastrous. This one started off on a good note when they ran up the middle, then they pitched it out wide, and the wheels came off. Here's the snap. The punt is high and deep. The wind's going to smack it down, but get it down all the way down to the 15-yard line. So a good flip of the field for the Steelers. 5:32 still remains here in the 3rd quarter. Baltimore will take over. And they're going to head to break. We'll take that break with them. We'll be back in a flash. 7-7 your score in the 3rd quarter. Steelers and Ravens. Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show. Every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern, you'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season. Along with pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball, we will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. Phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today, pregame, Braves Country tonight, postgame. We'll see you in 2024. Welcome back. Seven to 7 your score. 5:32 left in this one in the third quarter. So 5:32 left for Baltimore to have the wind at their back. Shotgun formation. Huntley gets the ball, fires it over to the left side, well out of the reach of Treadmill, and it's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. 5:29 on the clock. Gus Edwards is in the backfield, pistol set. 2 low, 1 high. Here's the snap. Huntley fires it over the middle. That ball is caught by the tight end for a Baltimore first down. Bolar with the catch. He was wide open. Just sat down there right in front of the sticks and made the catch for the first down. First and 10. Ball at the Baltimore 30-yard line. Here's the handoff to Edwards. Edwards will lean forward for about a 1-yard gain, maybe 1.5. It'll be second and a very long 8. Second and 8. 4:28 on the clock. Game is tied 7 to 7. Shotgun formation. Huntley drops back to pass. He's going to be flushed to the right side, throws across his body to midfield. The ball is caught, and it's a Baltimore Ravens first down. Good play by Huntley. He was being chased. There's a Pittsburgh Steeler defender down on the play. We'll have to wait to see who is that? Whoever it is, it is TJ Watt, and he is writhing in pain. He is holding his knee. This is not good for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The way he's pounding his leg or pounding the ground with his fist. See, he jumped up in the air. Did he get leg? Yeah, he got leg whipped by his own player. And he is still down. This is not good. Several of the Steelers players are on the field, hovering over him. It looks like he was getting up as they went to break. We'll take that break with them. I'm going to see if I can find out any information for you. We'll be back in a flash. Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons.
We are back to the action. Handoff is up to the right-hand side, crossing for about a 1-yard gain by the Baltimore Ravens up to their 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. Watt did walk off the field. That's the good news. He is in the tent. See if we can get any kind of an update here. Second and 9. 3:20 left on the clock. Shotgun formation. Edwards goes in motion. Huntley being chased out of the pocket. Pittsburgh chasing him. Ball is thrown over the right-hand side, out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 9. Third and 9, 3:02 on the clock. Here in the third quarter. Pittsburgh trying to get the ball back for their offense. Clock is stopped at 3:02. Shotgun snap. Huntley drops back to pass. Looking off to the left-hand side. The ball is in and out of the hands of Hill, and it'll be 4th down. 4th and 9. The Baltimore Ravens. You're just joining us. TJ Watt just went off the field with what appeared to be possibly a knee injury. They're checking on him in the tent. We're continuing to check to see if there's an update. Here's the punt. Low snap, high end over end kick. It's going to get fair caught at the 10-yard line of Pittsburgh, and that's where the Steelers will set up shop. Pittsburgh 7, Baltimore 7. TJ Watt had just gotten his 18th sack of the season. And if you're just joining us, it was his own player that leg whipped him in the middle of a play. Can't imagine he knew he was there. 1st and 10, handoff snap to Harris. Harris bounces up all the way to the 16-yard line of Baltimore. It'll be 2nd and 5. Watt is walking towards the locker room. That's the bad news. The good news is he's walking. When he first went down and was punching the turf, thought maybe it might be to the point where they would have to cart him off. He is walking to the locker room, so that is a good sign. Here's the snap, the handoff to Harris. Harris pushes his way. Did he get the first down? He's close. I believe he may have gotten a first down. We'll have to wait for the official call by the line judge. They keep showing pictures of Watt walking towards the locker room. The fact that he's walking is a positive sign. That doesn't mean he's out of the woods yet. 3rd and very short from the 1. Handoff snap. It's going to be a end around, kind of a jet sweep to Pickens. Pickens runs for about a 3-4 yard gain, and it's a Pittsburgh Steeler first down. Minute and a half left here in the third quarter. Once again, the wind is in the Steelers' face right now. Both teams have played a little more conservative when going in this direction. Steelers will get the wind to their back beginning of the fourth quarter. There is a Ravens player down now, defensive player, as they tend to him. They are going to head to break as they've got the training staff out there. We'll figure out who that is when we come back. Steelers and Ravens, 7-7. Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines, react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Hockey season, and that means new merch over at ourdragonsmerch.com. Get the latest designs and some of our fun new souvenirs ahead of what's sure to be a great hockey season. Celebrate another season of River Dragons hockey by getting a new look to wear on game days, or surprise the big-time sports fan in your life with a new keepsake that will make them a River Dragons fan for life. Order online right now at ourdragonsmerch.com. That's the letter R, dragonsmerch.com. We'll see you at the rink.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Welcome back. Back to the TJ Watt injury. They show him walking through the tunnel towards the locker room. He's walking, but he is walking gingerly. 1st and 10, handoff to Harris. Harris rumbles up the right-hand side for about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8. 1 minute left here in the third quarter. Pittsburgh needing a win and a Jacksonville Jaguar loss to get into the playoffs. That's the easiest scenario. 2nd and 8. Mason Rudolph. Shotgun formation. 35 seconds left. Here's the snap, the handoff to Harris. Harris is going to push his way up for about, call it a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and about 5. That should take us to the end of the end of the third quarter, heading to the fourth, which would flip the field. And I think that's what the game plan there for Pittsburgh was to get out of the quarter to get the wind to their back. Don't be surprised if they try something down the field when we come back. 3rd and 4. Pittsburgh get deep in their own territory. They are tied with the Baltimore Ravens as we head to the fourth quarter. Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines, react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Hockey season, and that means new merch over at ourdragonsmerch.com. Get the latest designs and some of our fun new souvenirs ahead of what's sure to be a great hockey season. Celebrate another season of River Dragons hockey by getting a new look to wear on game days, or surprise the big-time sports fan in your life with a new keepsake that will make them a River Dragons fan for life. Order online right now at ourdragonsmerch.com. That's the letter R, dragonsmerch.com. We'll see you at the rink.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Welcome back. We do have an update on TJ Watt. They have not announced the severity of the injury, but he has been ruled out for the rest of the game. Going to hit the scoreboard real quick while they wait for the fourth quarter to begin. Top 25 college basketball action. The Tennessee Volunteers, number 5 in the country, lead Ole Miss 34-30. Ole Miss number 22 in the land. Number 11, Oklahoma, 3-point lead over Iowa State late in the first. Number 14, Duke, trails Notre Dame by 2 as they head to halftime. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 4. Rudolph gets the snap, low snap, fires it over the middle. That ball's caught, and that ball is going to be house, baby, all the way. Pay dirt, touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson on a seam pass, a skinny post, knifes right through the Baltimore secondary, untouched. Holy cow. What an incredible play. Mentioned that we were waiting for the fourth quarter to see if they would throw the ball deep down, not deep down the field, but throw the ball down the field. They've been doing a lot of side passes second and third quarter with the wind in their face. Here's the extra point. It's up, it's good, and it is 14-7, Pittsburgh. 71-yard touchdown catch. It's a skinny post. There was no help deep as the safety took the bite on the over the middle play to Freiermuth, and Johnson goes 71 yards. He caught the ball just before the 50-yard line. So the pass itself was about a 20-yard strike. It was on the money by Rudolph. And the Pittsburgh Steelers have jumped out on top by 7. And in this game that feels like a huge lead, as points have come by at the premium. Other games on the docket in college basketball earlier today, Seton Hall knocked off number 7 Marquette 75-78. Number 8 North Carolina, winners at number 16 Clemson. The Kentucky Wildcats, number 6 in the country, They upset the Florida Gators on the road in the Swamp. Number 2, Kansas outlasts TCU by 2 at home. Number 3, Houston cruises past West Virginia, 89-55. Creighton upends number 23, Providence, 69-60. Auburn, 12-2. They're 83-51 winners. Number 21, Wisconsin beats Nebraska by 16. Baylor over Oklahoma State. Southern Miss gives James Madison their first loss of the year. And Charlotte over number 17, Florida Atlantic. Kickoff is high and deep and out of the end zone, and the Baltimore Ravens will take over at their own 25-yard line. Pittsburgh 14, Baltimore 7. Shotgun formation. Huntley hands it off. Up the middle. About a 6-yard gain for the Ravens. It'll be 2nd and 4. Gordon with the run. Of course, Melvin Gordon III had a critical fumble earlier in the game. 2nd and 5, they're going to call it. 14:20 left in the game. Here's the snap, handoff, and Gordon's going to be wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. About a 2 or 3 yard loss. So 3rd and long. Third and 6, we'll call it. Shotgun snap. Huntley fires it over to the left-hand side. That ball is caught. Falls forward for a first down. Barely getting across the line. Baltimore will move the sticks. 1st and 10. First and 10, Baltimore, 13 minutes left on the clock. Ravens trail by 7. Ball at the 35-yard line. Pistol set, handoff to Gordon up the middle, and be about a 1, maybe 2-yard gain at 2nd and long. Second and long. We'll call it 8 yards to gain. Baltimore and Pittsburgh with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Here's the shotgun snap, flips it over to the left-hand side. Hill makes the catch. He'll get pushed out of bounds. About a 3-4 yard gain. It'll be 3rd and manageable. 3rd down and close to 5 yards to gain. Ball just before the 40-yard line of Baltimore, excuse me. Shotgun formation, ball at the 39-yard line, 3rd and 6. Fires the ball over the middle, caught. And once again, just past the sticks, Huntley and company getting a Baltimore Ravens first down. You know, this is a type of game here where Baltimore really has no desire to make this game any longer than they need to. You wonder if they do score, would they go for two? You would think they would. Shotgun formation. Huntley getting pushed out of the pocket. Ball's going to get swatted down at the line by the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Good defensive play by Montravius Adams. Adams, the nose tackle, got his mid up and just swatted it down. Second and 10. Ball close to midfield at the 49-yard line of Baltimore. Here's the snap. Flips it over to the left-hand side. Caught and maybe a 1-yard gain. Highsmith was coming in on the blitz, and he got a heck of a jump. Huntley just got the ball out of his hand and into the hands of the receiver. Highsmith, who's going to be leaned on a little bit more with the injury to TJ Watt. He was flying off the ball, almost got the sack. 3rd and 8. Here comes the pressure. Fires it over to the right-hand side. The ball is incomplete, and it's 4th and 8. Good defensive play by the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Levi Wallace on the deflection. The Baltimore punt team will come out to play. Here's the snap. The punt is high, deep. Ball is caught by Austin. Austin's going to run it towards the left-hand side. He was wide on the right-hand side. He's going up the sidelines, and he's going to make it all the way to the Pittsburgh 42-yard line. I don't believe there's a flag on the play. A return of 32 yards. Outstanding return by Austin. He's made a couple of really good plays today. Take a quick break. When we come back, the Steelers will try to pad their lead. It's 14-7 Pittsburgh. 10 minutes left in the 4th.
Here's good news. There's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season. Along with pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball, we will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. The phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today pregame, Braves Country tonight postgame. We'll see you in 2024. Welcome back Pittsburgh leads Baltimore 14-7. Steelers have the ball on their own 42-yard line. 10:03 left here in the game. Here's the handoff up the middle to Warren. Warren fights his way for about a 7-8 yard gain. It'll be second down. Second down. Najee Harris, by the way, 85 yards on the day on the ground. Warren with 38. Steelers offense, 130 yards rushing. Harris and Warren have also combined for 35 yards total through the air. Here's the handoff to Warren. Warren gets stopped at the line. Baltimore is saying that the ball came out. See if it did. Baltimore is also claiming they have the ball. Now, whether or not the whistle blew and all that, but referee cleared out the pile, and he's saying that it is still Pittsburgh ball, third down. Man, no, that ball came out. Now, whether or not Baltimore got the ball back is a different question. But the ball definitely came out. Warren was spinning to his right, and the ball popped out. But maybe it looks like that one of the Steelers linemen came up with the ball. 3rd and 5, shotgun formation. Rudolph drops back to pass, flips it over to Harris. Harris gets bounced out to the right side, and he will get dropped for a 1-yard loss. It's 4th down. They continue to try to run east to west on this Baltimore defense, and in this slop, it's just not working. The Steelers have had the most success running north and south. Punt formation. Here's the snap. Punt is high, end over end, heading towards the end zone, into the end zone. Steelers punt team made a diving attempt to try to knock it back into the field of play, but it just about 1.5 yards, 2 yards too much on the punt. We'll head to break. When we come back, Baltimore with the ball on their own 20. Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season. Along with pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball, we will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. Phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today pregame, Braves Country tonight postgame. We'll see you in 2024.
Hockey season, and that means new merch over at ourdragonsmerch.com. Get the latest designs and some of our fun new souvenirs ahead of what's sure to be a great hockey season. Celebrate another season of River Dragons hockey by getting a new look to wear on game days, or surprise the big-time sports fan in your life with a new keepsake that will make them a River Dragons fan for life. Order online right now at ourdragonsmerch.com. That's the letter R, dragonsmerch.com. We'll see you at the rink.
Here's good news. There's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge, so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Welcome back. Pittsburgh Steelers lead this one by 7. There's just over 7 minutes left in the game. Baltimore with the ball, placed on their own 20-yard line. Now I definitely believe that if Baltimore scores a touchdown, they would go for 2. I can't imagine Baltimore wants to play into overtime in a game that means nothing to the Ravens, but everything to the Steelers. Huntley, shotgun formation, man in motion. Here comes the snap, the handoff up the middle, and Edwards is going to push the pile about 6-7 yards deep. It'll be second and about 3. Second and 3. Shotgun formation, handoff up the middle. Edwards once again, and the ball is out. The ball is out. He got the first down, but the ball pops out, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are on the ball. The Pittsburgh Steelers are on the ball, and they have got the ball. It's 1st and 10, Pittsburgh, at about the 32-yard line of the Ravens. The ball just squirted out as he ran by, trying to get another look at it, see if someone knocked it out or if it just came out. Man, they are tussling on the field, but the Steelers definitely have the ball. Making the recovery for the Pittsburgh Steelers was number 44, Marcus Golden. I believe that was Gordon again that dropped the ball. Let me see. Was it Gordon? No, it was Edwards this time. They punched the ball out, literally punched it out of his arms. And the ball came out well before he came down. As slippery as the conditions have been, ball come flying out. There was actually a couple of different players that had an opportunity to have the ball. Ball was squirting around. The Steelers get the ball. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Harris in the backfield. Here's the handoff. He will run to the right side, and he will power his way down to the 23-yard line. Second and very short. You got to figure Pittsburgh's going to keep it on the ground, keep their arms around the ball, make sure they don't turn it over. A field goal would probably put this game out of reach. So difficult to move the ball, especially going left to right as Baltimore has to do in this quarter. 2nd and 1. Rudolph under center. Here's the handoff to Harris, and Harris once again is going to bounce in and out, and he will drive his way all the way down to the 15-yard line. He is lifted up by the defenders, and it could get pretty chippy here as the Baltimore players continued to push him after the whistle was blown. He came up in a good mood, smiling and laughing and dancing, but there comes a point where I'm trying to figure out who that was. I think that was Rock Ya-Sin. I think that was him that was with the extracurricular activities. It was him. So 1st and 10. The clock is stopped. I guess it is a Pittsburgh timeout. Not sure what they were calling a timeout over, but might have just because after all the extracurricular activities, the play clock may have been winding down. (14-7) your score. Pittsburgh leads Baltimore. 5:44 left in the fourth. Later on tonight, you got the Texans at the Colts. Told you earlier about a prop bet that we really liked, and it's already cleared. Najee Harris over 70.5 yards rushing and receiving. He has, let's see, where is he at now officially? He is at 102 rushing and ended up with 18 receiving. So he's at 120 yards. He cleared that mark by 50 yards. Under center, the snap. Rudolph hands it off to Harris one more time. Good gain of about 5 or 6 yards. It'll be second down. The game tonight, if you're looking for a good prop bet, really like the CJ Stroud over 261.5 yards passing. He has played very well against cover 3 defenses, and the Colts run cover 3 more than anyone in the NFL. 2nd and 5, handoff up the middle. Harris dives towards the first round marker. He'll be short by about a yard or so. It'll be 3rd and a short 2. .452 on the clock, and it looks like there's another timeout. Not sure if this is Pittsburgh once again, or the clock has stopped. It's 3rd, and they're calling it 3rd and 3. It's a very short 3 if it's 3. Baltimore with the timeout. Very interesting that the Ravens are using their timeouts already. Third and 3. Ball is at the 8-yard line of Baltimore. Here's the snap. Rolls out, passes it over to the right side, caught by Harris. Harris is hit out of bounds. And it'll be a Pittsburgh Steeler first down. Just got inside the line to gain, was just past the 5-yard line. He got just inside the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal now. You got to figure they'll keep it on the ground. If nothing else, they want to keep eating this clock. Man in motion. Rudolph under center. Here's the handoff, and Najee Harris slips and falls. He'll lose about a yard or so on the play. It'll be 2nd goal. Not the worst thing in the world for Pittsburgh to not score this quickly and just continue to eat that clock. Harris tried to cut on that wet ground, and it just came out from under him. 2nd and goal. 3:30 left on the clock. Rudolph under center. Man in motion. Here's the snap. Hand off to Harris. Harris pushes his way down to the 2-yard line of Baltimore. It'll be 3rd down. Pittsburgh should be able to eat some more of this clock, except, well, Baltimore uses another timeout. So Baltimore is going to use yet another timeout. They're hoping for a turnover or something to happen. A missed kick, botch snap, something to go in their favor. .322 on the clock. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Rudolph and company. Tight set. Rudolph under center. Man in motion. Here's the handoff on the another end around. He gets stomped about 4 yards deep. Simpson sniffed that out. I believe that was Warren they handed the ball off to. It was. And for whatever reason, they keep trying to go side to side in the slop, and it has not worked one time. So 4th and goal. Pittsburgh will send out the field goal unit. Chris Boswell will try to make this a 2-score game with 3:19 left on the clock. And is there another timeout being called? They snapped the ball, but it was a dead play. Not sure what the delay is. But here we go. 4th and goal. The kick is up. The kick is through the uprights and good. And Boswell extends the lead of the Pittsburgh Steelers 17-7, 10-point lead, 3:13 left in the game. Baltimore's going to try to pull off the upset miracle. 2 scores in the slop in 3 minutes. We'll be back in a flash. Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines, react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Hockey season, and that means new merch over at ourdragonsmerch.com. Get the latest designs and some of our fun new souvenirs ahead of what's sure to be a great hockey season. Celebrate another season of River Dragons hockey by getting a new look to wear on game days, or surprise the big-time sports fan in your life with a new keepsake that will make them a River Dragons fan for life. Order online right now at ourdragonsmerch.com. That's the letter R, dragonsmerch.com. We'll see you at the rink.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling waxed paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Welcome back. Shotgun snap. Huntley drops back to pass, fires it over the middle. Ball is caught short of the first down to gain. It'll be 2nd and about 5. Huntley, no huddle. Drops it over the middle to Hill. Hill knifing and spinning his way all the way up to midfield. 2:45 on the clock, and the Ravens going no huddle. Hill holding his arm. Shotgun snap. Drops back to pass. Fires it over the middle. Ball is caught by Kolar, about a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5, 2:15 on the clock. The clock continues to tick. Shotgun snap, drops back to pass. Being flushed out of the pocket. Huntley's going to run out of bounds. Did he get the first down? He's really close, just short of the line to gain. 2:08 on the clock. One thing you have to keep in mind, if they do score a touchdown, I believe they would go for the 2-point conversion. And then if you get an onside kick, it would give you a field goal to win. The other thing is, onside kick is not going to be an easy thing to defend. This sloppy ball, the rain continues to come down. It's been a wet, nasty day here in Baltimore. Be interesting to see if any of these players end up getting the flu. Because, I mean, these are tough conditions. 2:08 on the clock. The clock stopped because Huntley dipped out of bounds. Waiting for the action to start back. Not sure what the delay was there, but it's 3rd and 1. Shotgun formation. Huntley drops back to pass. Flips it over to the right side. Bad throw behind the receiver, Hill. Hill tried to catch it spinning around, but Huntley's pointing to the other side. I think Huntley wanted him to stop, and he kept going. Regardless, it'll be 4th and 1, 2:03 on the clock. Shotgun snap. Huntley drops back to pass. Going to get flush chased, and he is going to dive forward for a first down. And that should take us to the 2-minute warning. It does. 1:58 on the clock. 1st and 10 Baltimore. When we come back, the ball is at the Pittsburgh 35. Brand new for the 2024 Braves Country Radio broadcast season. Along with pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball, we will bring you a live pregame show and postgame show. Phone lines wide open for you to call, react, or ask your questions along with the chat. That's Braves Country today pregame, Braves Country tonight postgame. We'll see you in 2024.
Hockey season, and that means new merch over at ourdragonsmerch.com. Get the latest designs and some of our fun new souvenirs ahead of what's sure to be a great hockey season. Celebrate another season of River Dragons hockey by getting a new look to wear on game days, or surprise the big-time sports fan in your life with a new keepsake that will make them a River Dragons fan for life. Order online right now at ourdragonsmerch.com. That's the letter R, dragonsmerch.com. We'll see you at the rink.
Here's good news. There's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Welcome back. I haven't seen any more updates on the TJ Watt thing, but he left with a knee injury. If you're just joining us, was ruled out very shortly afterwards. He did walk off the field under his own power. Pittsburgh leads 17-7. They hope that they will need TJ Watt for next week. Shotgun snap. Huntley drops back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket, fakes the throw, runs up the middle, going all the way down to the Pittsburgh 25-yard line. It's a Baltimore first down. 1:42 on the clock. No timeouts. Slippery ball. And the wind in their face. Drops back to pass. Fires it over towards the left-hand side. Caught. And it's a Baltimore Ravens first down at the 14-yard line. Huntley trying to hurry everyone up. Shotgun drops back to pass. Rushing off to the right side. He's going to run for it. He will dive to the 9-yard line. He is tackled. Clock will continue to run, so he could not get out of bounds. Pittsburgh still with 2 timeouts. Baltimore with none. 2nd and 5. 55 seconds left. Shotgun formation from the 9-yard line. Drops back to pass. Flushed out towards the right side. Drifting over towards. Throws it in the end zone. High and over the head of the receiver. It'll be 3rd and 5. 45 seconds left on the clock. Pittsburgh leads by 10. Pittsburgh Steelers looking to get this win to put the pressure on the rest of the AFC. The Steelers win, and they would need a Jacksonville or Buffalo loss tomorrow or a tie in the Texans-Colts game tonight. There's also another scenario where had they lost this game, or if they lose this game, Jags lost, Denver lost, and a Texans-Colts non-tie. 3rd and 5, 45 seconds left. Steelers did call a timeout to talk things over, probably to catch their breath a little bit too. 3rd and 5, 45 seconds. The ball's at the 9-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 high, 1 low. Running back set. Huntley drops back to pass. He is getting flush. He is going to be sacked at the 19-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. Golden is dancing around, and he's ready to throw himself a parade. The Ravens are trying to rush out on the field to kick a field goal. 20 seconds left on the clock. Here's the kick, and it is good if that counted. Everyone kind of stopped what they were doing. No, there was a timeout called by the Steelers. Steelers want a chance to gather themselves. So the Ravens are going to try to kick a field goal to make it 17-7. Or, 17-10, and then try to get the onside kick. Once again, no timeouts, and it will be a slippery ball that Pittsburgh will try to recover on the onside kick, so there's no guarantees of that. The win will also be in Baltimore's face on any kind of Hail Mary attempt. Justin Tucker, the best to ever do it, lines up for a field goal attempt. 59 of 61 career versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. A miss would end the game. 4th and 14 from the 29-yard line. Here's the kick, or 19-yard line. The kick is high. The kick is deep. It is through the uprights. It is good. And the Ravens are down by 7. 16 seconds left on the clock. So 16 seconds left on the clock. Steelers looking to just recover the onside kick or knock it out of bounds, and they would be able to kneel on the ball to end the game. Baltimore trying to recover it would then have to work their way down the field in some manner, the touchdown, and then most likely would attempt a 2-point conversion. So I can't imagine Harbaugh and company want to go to overtime in a meaningless game for them. Not meaningless for the Steelers. Here's the onside kick attempt. Tucker's going to squib it over to the right side. Jumping on it and kneeling on it will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Corralled it. The ball really didn't scoot much. And a good job of recovering. Trying to make out who that was. It really is getting difficult with all the muck. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, their hands team was out there. And I believe, couldn't quite make out the name, but I believe that was Connor. I believe that was Washington. Steelers will kneel on the ball, and that will end the game, and the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mason Rudolph will await the rest of the action for the weekend to see if they will make the NFL playoffs. They finished 10-7 on the year. Mike Tomlin and company will now scoreboard watch the rest of the weekend, beginning with tonight's game. And then, of course, they'll be locked in to Buffalo, or a Jacksonville loss punches their ticket. Y'all have a great night. Good to see y'all in the chat there. Who do we have? We had David earlier, and then Robert, Jax. Good to see everybody in the chat, and y'all have a great evening. Pittsburgh wins 17-10. The under hit, and the Steelers covered the spread. Have a great night, y'all. Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes not corn and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium. His record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby. When pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite kin. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled, I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, closed to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of 2 X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent Psy. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Ash, January 1949, Sport Magazine. Hey Braves fans, I'm Mac McGee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the key all year long giving you Braves Country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on the key. We go live 3 to 5, and we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country baseball right here on the key. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.